Hello everybody, welcome to another update on the stock screener. Today I'm going to talk about Verde Agritech and show you a very easy formula to calculate the PE ratio, because everyone wants to know what the PE ratio is right now to know if this company is expensive or cheap. So 368 million market cap, that's about 277 million US dollars. And let's calculate the PE ratio. So first we need to know how do we calculate the earnings. So let's take a look at these numbers. Let's take a look at this table first. So those are the Q1 numbers of 2022. And I have added here the revenue, the EBITDA, and based on revenue and EBITDA, we can calculate the costs based on these costs and the tonnage. So that's 410 costs per ton in CID, and that's about around $300 US dollars in costs per ton. Okay, so that's giving me this cost curve, and we are currently at 2 million tons almost, so it's around $300 per ton. That's the cost. And very important to know, these costs are including freight and G&A. And as evidence, I can give you this number, 3.678. And when you look at the statements, this 3.678 is coming back here. So that's the EBITDA. And the EBITDA has already deducted the freight expenses and general and administrative expenses. So we have the revenue of 11 million, very little production costs, gives us gross profit of 8.6 million, which is 77% margin. We deduct the freight expenses and G&A, and then we get the EBITDA. So this is very close to the net earnings, 3.6 million. And to go from EBITDA to net profit, it's very easy. You just deduct 20% from it, right? So that's how you get to the net earnings. You take the EBITDA and you multiply it with 0.8 because it's 80%. Net earnings are 80% of the EBITDA. So how do we calculate the EBITDA now? Very easy. I have this nice formula to calculate EBITDA. So that's production times the price minus costs. And as you know, we need to divide it by 6 because we are talking about glauconite, which is 6% lower concentration. So if you do this, 2 million production, which is the outlook for next year, times the price currently is at 1,000. I have taken 1,000 because their sales price right now is 1,200, but they typically give discounts, so I took 1,000. Then we have the 300 costs per ton, divide by 6, and you get 233 million EBITDA for next year. Okay, the earnings is EBITDA times 80%, and that gives us 187 million, right? So these are the earnings for next year. at current potash prices. So the PE ratio, very easy, price to earnings, is the current market cap divided by the earnings. So you can calculate this, it's 1.5 currently. So this is absolutely very cheap. I don't even see any other companies that are this cheap, trading at a PE of 1.5. So this is an easy way to calculate PE. Okay. So let's say we don't take 2 million, but let's say 1 million for this year. So 1 million times 1000 minus 300 costs divided by 6 and then times 80%. So that is the earnings for this year. So that's about 100 million. So the PE ratio is then 277 million market cap divided by this number, and that's a PE of 3 right now. So we are now at a PE of 3, going to a PE of 1.5 next year. Do you want to buy this or not? Of course, you are going to buy this because this is very cheap. Even when we take 800 potash, PE is 4. Okay. And if we take, instead of 1 million, we take 2 million for next year, then we have a PE of 2 for next year. So these are very cheap numbers. I see an easy double from here for next year. So I would just keep on buying. So nice formula for you to use. And this way you can always tell if this company is undervalued or overvalued. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.